The Many
Thank y'all
Faces
for
of Faith
returning.
Evans,
And what we're doing right
EP3.
now is we're going to rehash back. Remember, at this point right now, she has ended her relationship with Biggie. He is no longer he's no longer alive. She married him. She been getting in trouble with him. She got pulled over one time by the police for him and her getting messed up in the car. She got pulled over for drunken drive. They agreed to a drug treatment program in order to not get in trouble for their little issues that they had, and then they filed for divorce. Faith does have 4 children. The children will come into play now because no more children will be conceived after Mr. Russell, okay? Faith is the mother of 4 children, and Faith puts her kids Faith first. Evans states, and I quote, I've always had children. I had my daughter before I got my first record label. As I had more kids, I chose to not be away from my kids so much. Faith became a mom in 1993 with the birth of her daughter, followed by the birth of her sons in 1996, 1998, and 2007, respectfully. I had to put things on hold for the sake of my kids, especially when I was out actively performing. Faith stated she would still had done the same if she weren't a performer. And I feel her on that because I had so many different dreams and goals prior to becoming a mother. But I became a mother at 19, and then all of my kids being 4 years apart, not different daddies, the same daddy. The oldest was a different man, but I put them first. So I made sure that they were good, and it wasn't until they were good that I realized, hey, I can do this too. So I was able to get myself up and get myself together and get my education, which I'm a brain, so it works for me fine. So I really respect her for that, and I really respect her for standing on that. She's a very good mother, as we will talk about. The fact that I'm the biggest fan, she wanted her kids to know that she's their biggest fan. Faith wanted her kids to know that she was their biggest fan and their number one advocate.
She
And it's
adores her
necessary
kids.
for her to be there. Okay? It's necessary. Now, we're going to go on to see the kids today. These are all of them today. And her, look at that proud mama's face, y'all. Look at that proud mama's face. Faith had a lot of different looks over the years. I can understand as she evolved. Okay, I told y'all I'm keeping the information in for y'all to see it for yourself. This is her first daughter, and this is April 14th of 2025. This is up to date, okay? Child 1, China, y'all see the name, Tahir Griffin, she's 32. Faith shares China with gospel musician Kiyama Griffin, and the girl is 32 years old today. Next child is Christopher Jordan, C.J. Wallace. Faith and her husband, Notorious Big, welcome their first son, C.J. Wallace. Okay, so that's CJ. He's 27 today. Okay, this is Joshua Russell. That's her first son with Mr. Russell, her husband. Faith and her second husband welcome him in. Okay, and hold on, let me try to see if he's a junior, y'all, because wasn't his name Todd? Y'all might. Anyway, this is Ryder. Ryder Russell. That's Evan and Russell's second son, and this is the one that she has the foundation for. That's what she's doing today. So let's see here. Now we're going to go on to the divorce and just a little bit of details about it from Mr. Russell. They wanted to keep it quiet, okay? So the kids did not know. So they were all about stability. That's what Faith was about, okay? And the couple in May 2011, Faith filed for divorce, stating irreconcilable differences. Faith stated that they had been separated since 2005. Now, I don't know, because you see the timeline, they was getting caught out there in the car in 2010 doing this. I don't know if maybe they had trials and tribulations and they were back and forth, but according to her, they separated in 2005 and they didn't file until 2011. Okay? So that's the information that I have. So let's go on to see what Faith is doing right now. 2012 to 2016, Faith was on R&B Divas, and she was the co-executive producer, and she became a cast member on the show. The show offered an inside look at how singers balance their music and careers. Another one of my favorite R&B ladies is Selena Johnson, and she was also on there. That's just a great group of women. The music today that you girls are forced to listen to is nothing compared to the music we grew up with. I don't know, but that's why I'm trying to help y'all today. I understand Summer Walker and what that other girl name is, SZA. But I'm gonna tell you this: Faith and Selena bodies ain't done, baby, but that R&B hitting because they had real trials and tribulations that they was able to give you some advice on, not these little pent up Barbie dolls. Okay. So, and then in 2013, Faith began working on her Incomparable album, and the album was released in August 25th of 2014. 2016 to the present, she's The King and I, and she was also on The Masked Singer. In 2016, Faith announced that she was finishing a something regarding Notorious B.I.G. titled The King and I. So that's what she titled it, The King and I, and that was what she did in 2016. It does get funny. It does get funny. Okay? So hang in there with me. Now, you know she did that with her ex-husband Notorious, The King, and that was The King and I. Okay? And she did not like how that was produced and how she was portrayed. Now, in pops Stevie J. I don't know how she got up with Stevie J, y'all. I don't know. But anyway, in December 2016, in an interview with The Breakfast Club, Stevie J, and y'all know them men's and them always be the first one that want to tell you who they messing with. He told Angela Yee and Charlamagne and DJ Envy that he and Faith were together. Okay? He said, I've known her for like 25 years and we were like family. And then as the years progressed, we just began to hang out and talk. I got your hanging out and talk more. I got your hanging out and talk more. What you want to bet he probably set out to trap her? What y'all want to bet? Because you remember he was with Jocelyn. Stevie J give off the energy that he don't really know how to be with a mature woman. Okay? Stevie J give out adult drama. And then now that we know about Puffy, thank God Faith got away when she did. Y'all remember that Stevie said that they had started to hang out. Now, although things appear smooth, Faith revealed in March 2017 interview with The Breakfast Club that her and Stevie had called it quits. Faith stating Stevie didn't appear ready. However, Faith and Stevie applied for a marriage license and were married on July 17th of 2018. Okay? One moment.
I can't get you off my mind, and I want you to know that. I want to be more than a friend.
I just wanted y'all to hear say y'all. On May 31st, 2020, Faith was arrested for felony domestic assault after cops responded to a 911 call from her and Stevie's home. The cops found visible marks and scratches on Stevie's face, which led to Faith being taken into custody. Faith was able to post bond, and the charges were later dropped. Fans were convinced that Stevie and Faith would call it quits in their marriage. Now, y'all know anybody that's everybody know that people in relationships goes through ups and downs, period, okay? So anyway, however, in June 2020, and you know if Jocelyn was eating him up, Faith, he probably needed a slap prior to getting into it. He used to being spanked. That's how he processed information. He needed to be told. That's the only way he understand. I'm not condoning abuse. I'm just saying this man is used to being abused by women. In June 2020 interview, The Shade Room, he stated that leaving the relationship was not an option. And y'all know they try and hold you, okay? Been there, done that. That's my wife and I love her. Stevie told the outlet, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, Lord, y'all. God's got us, y'all. Then on November 8, 2021, the award-winning producer, he filed for divorce. Now, y'all, let me ask y'all something. How many of y'all done been with a man you telling to go?
Stay tuned for App 4.
Baby, back in the day when I used to be toxic, that was the one thing that would set me on fire. You want them to go and they won't go. I can't stand when you want them to get out your face and they won't. Anyway, stay tuned so we can close this out. We're going to see about how messy their divorce really got. And then we're going to go ahead and see what Faith is doing today. All right, stay tuned for the